health,
agriculture,
education,
environment,
social welfare,
community development,
cultural programs,
music.
all active right here
On Radioactive 90.4 megahertz. Get active!
Hello, this is Preeti. The Preeti Bhuyan Talk Show is a platform to speak out your mind. I feel every person has something wonderful and unique inside their mind which may be worth listening, and it may be motivate or inspire others. Preeti's talk is about fitness, inspiration, motivation, sharing knowledge and celebrating womanhood. Stay tuned, stay connected. This is Preeti with loads of love.
Welcome to the Preeti Bhuyan Talk Show. I bring people here in front of you who has something beautiful in their mind, in their heart, which may motivate or inspire you, or maybe it's worth listening. I am the host Preeti Bhuyan, and my today's guest is Ashok KM Gowda. He is going to share with us about the pandemic COVID-19 and education during this crucial time. He runs 2 schools in Bangalore. Let us know from him what he wants to share with us today.
I am Ashok here, Ashok KM Gowda. I'm a qualified architect into education now. I run 2 K-12 schools, Edify School, Electronic City and Bodhi School, Surya Nagar. By passion, I'm an educationalist. By hobby, I'm a political critic.
That's really nice. I mean, I'm very happy to have you here with me today.
Yes, thank you.
So, very bad time is going on for our society. Very tough time for everybody.
Yeah.
So as an educationalist, what do you want to say? What your point of view about future education for our kids, for our children?
The education is a process which needs, which every person, education is a process wherein for everybody, even whether it's an adult or a small child, everybody undergoes in daily life.
Right.
We keep learning something.
Mm-hmm.
The child, especially when we need to shape their future, when we need to shape their personalities, attitudes and behavior, they need to be under observation by one or the other person. And if
Right.
they are in observation by experts who understand what each child specifically is into and each child's psychology, strengths, weaknesses, or the processes of each child's thinking, they will learn more and they will grow up to be the better global citizens.
Right.
If they are not, if they are just left like that, unattended, and if they are not analyzed well, and if their key strengths, USPs are not noticed by an expert, then they end up in absolutely in places where the child should not be ending up. So this has
Right.
happened in the past and we have seen it. So what we need to understand is, actually, education system has come to India around 180 years back, but we had an education system from past recorded. It shows that it is there from past 5,000 to 6,000 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes, of course, there were elite people who were like, say Brahminical people or Kshatriyas who were going to Gurukulas and they were learning it. But it was never that Shudra or a Vaishnava never had a formal education. They too had. It was not just in Gurukul, but in their own villages, they too were under observation. There was a person who qualified themselves from Gurukul and who was just a common man who was sitting under a peepal tree, observing all the small kids and giving them the key notes via Panchatantras, via small stories,
Right.
via the strength of each individual kid, what each individual kid was, and how do they shape their future, and how important is the the skill sets which were developed. Then the society did not change fast. Like say it took 3, 10, 20 generations to change from one system to the other system. Now there is a change which is happening every day. Every day there is a new change in the society.
Right.
By the time our life, say 70 years, 80 years, we achieve, there is so much of change. There is so much of the processes what we have to undergo, learn, unlearn. But which was never a case 170 years back. But today we are in a fast life. We are in a global village. So here it is very, very, very important for us that education system so set forth by say whatever the boards, whether it's a CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, IB, state boards, or even Singapore board, or whatever boards, which is formal boards and which have their own pedagogy, which is very, very important to be learned by a child. And if it is not learned, definitely the process will not equip a child to the scenarios which are fast changing. We cannot slow down the life. Slowing down the life means we are in a socialistic thoughts. And socialistic thoughts have always failed in a society. Only the capitalistic thoughts have succeeded, which is a past history recorded.
Now, a lot of people are saying that we should give online education to the kids, and some people are not supporting that. Some people are saying we should stop it. We should give them physical education, physically, in the classroom itself, or maybe in different stages. From the high school level, maybe we can give them online classes, or maybe lower level, primary level, we cannot give. And, different people have different opinion. If the situation goes like this only, or this pandemic is not leaving us very soon, what you want to suggest us, as you are associated with education system for a long time?
Yeah. Basically, see, there is let me just put it across. There is a visual learner, there is an audio learner, there is a kinesthetic learner, then there is a book learner. That is reading and learning, playing and learning, seeing and learning, and listening and learning. Okay. There are 4 types of learner according to our psychometric analysis test. So among these 4 tests, 4 people, there are pedagogies. There are 8 kind of pedagogies, whether it's a Montessori learning, whether it is an inquiry-based learning, whether Reggio Emilia method or Jiddu Krishnamurti method, Mackilley education system. There are 8 proved educational pedagogies across the world. Apart from this, then there are, in India itself, we are following several state boards, IB, IGCSE, CBSE, and ICSE. That means that every state now has around 5 boards. Okay. So with this
each state have 5 different kind of boards.
5 different boards.
Right. Okay.
CBSE, ICSE existed long time. IB and IGCSE has been approved by the central government in the recent days.
Right.
And as well as state boards are existing from the day, concurrent list has been there.
Right.
So now the issue is about different pedagogies, different boards, different types of learners. See, let's assume, where we fall into inquiry-based learning. In inquiry-based learning, a child typically listens to a teacher or a facilitator for hardly 3, maximum 10 minutes. Then it contemplates that question which has been put forth, or the provokingness which has been put forth by a facilitator for the rest of the class. That means that, when the facilitator has asked a question to a child that what do you feel about this, the child will think on its own mind, and for the rest of the class, for the rest of the period, the child will be involved in itself and undergo a process and come up with an answer for the last 10 minutes.
Okay.
In this process, let's assume, if it is an online class, how will it harm a child for a long screen hour? Absolutely, it will not harm.
Yes.
Meaning to say, an inquiry-based learning which is associated with the CBSE, ICSE, or a state board, or with the IB or an IGCSE board, the child will not be harmed at all. And now, this child, let us assume that this child is a kinesthetic learner. Kinesthetic learner also has to do a work. Let's assume that this child was a book reader. Book reader also has to read a book and understand the work. If let's assume that this child was a visual learner, he or she will have to listen to that video or see to that video. They are audio or visual learners. That means that there is a process which has been set forth by the world procedures. Meaning to say, WHO has set norms saying that if a child is 0 to 3 years, what should be the screening time? 3 to 5, what is the screening time? And 5 to 7, 5 to 8, what is the screening time? 8 to 13, what is the screening time? Everything has been set forth by WHO. If at all we follow WHO norms of say 20-20-20, meaning to say 20 minutes we watch a video, 20 feet distance we watch a nature for 20 seconds, our entire strain goes away, our online process learning also becomes much better. So I'm trying to say that absolutely online does not have any harm per se, but if you watch TV, do online classes, then play a video game, definitely it is harmful. There is a limit which has been set forth for a screening time. Smart class existed in the entire world from past 25 years, and in India at least from past 15 years. Why are we creating a havoc saying that online classes, ban them, vagera vagera? It's a future forward for the whole world. Today when we are saying that social distancing should be the norm, how can a child physically come to school and not touch his friend and not feel his friend? There are so many times it is very difficult for a small child to control its emotions. And when they are emotional, teacher cannot stop, nor do the admin team can stop, nor do the security parents can stop a child going and being emotional with his friend. So when these kind of cases are there, physically starting the classes may become a challenge unless and until we have a solution for this pandemic. So till then, higher classes should have been ideally taken for we should have started the higher classes. Higher classes can definitely maintain the social distance, can definitely have learning evidences in much better way than online when they are physically present in the school. Now to say that my personal opinion is from 8th to 12th standard and above, we need to start the classes with the social distancing norms and all the norms which has been set by the pandemic as per WHO norms. Now, from below 8th standard, from above 3rd standard, when the child can understand, when the child can say that this is a norm which has been set forth only because of this reason, in that case, we need to have online classes. Below 3rd grade, we need to have online classes, but followed absolutely on the norms of WHO. So if this method is followed, learning for every child will become easier. Yes, there is a challenge now. Online classes, there will be a Wi-Fi availability? Will the online system be proper? Will the child have mobile, whatever the resource they want for online class? In that cases, I would suggest that government immediately should take it up as a challenge, and the schools also should take it up as a challenge that providing the best of the facilities to their children.
Like before listening to you, I was thinking how it is possible, because how children will understand. But as you say, there are proper norms, proper timing, proper schedule. So I think it is possible. But yes, as you said, proper instrument and the atmosphere will be very important at that time. Right.
Yes. So immediately, what I say is, instead of the companies like say Jio fighting with Airtel, Airtel fighting with Idea, Idea fighting with Vodafone, they should all come together and come up with a norm saying that we will facilitate the better accessibility, Wi-Fi accessibility to all our customers. And now Jio Jio has revolutionized the entire mobile system. If Jio, BSNL, Misha, Airtel, everybody join hands together, within 15 days we can have a solution. Our entire country can be connected with all children in the entire country can be connected with a better Wi-Fi connectivity. Once we are connected with better Wi-Fi connectivity, Jio, some company can come up with a solution saying that, okay, we will provide mobile free of cost, and we are going to charge them per month. So if this becomes a solution, and if government or central government or state governments join hands in with these companies, definitely there is a solution which is possible. Within 15 days we can work out, and every child can be connected. This is what is capitalistic society, and we need to have better capitalistic approach for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very important also. This pandemic COVID during the lockdown, or maybe, people are not happy that people have to stay inside. People are not happy. People wants to go out, but obey what the authority said, or, maybe some areas we have not followed also, but we followed almost lockdown. But after lockdown, after when it is reopened, and it's not because of people want, it's because of our economy we are not able to sustain. So
Yes.
things has to open now. It's open, but day by day, the number of infected people are increasing. Actually, it is not decreasing; it is increasing. And if
Yeah.
it is goes like this for long time, where you see the education for a smaller child, where you see the or maybe education system, where you see the education system if these things goes longer.
No, see, one thing is I'm very hopeful. Okay. The recovery rate in India is much more than the infection rate.
Okay.
So that is first point of the pandemic story. Second point of pandemic story is yes, definitely yes. Like, there is a question that if it goes behind some point and like, if the children are not able to access the online education, how will a small child learn? My request then is that it is our responsibility, that it is a responsibility of the entire government, all the state government, central government, education systems, instead of blaming each other. Please ask the parents that whatever is possible, let them pay the fees. Okay, and with that nominal fees, a full fees. Some people can afford the full fees. Some people can afford a nominal fees.
Correct.
Whoever, and some people cannot afford the fees. For all the children, we need to, at least for the smaller child, meaning to say, if at all we are not able to give them an online education, let's assume that. Below second grade, I would definitely suggest that take the worksheets home. A parent should learn that how to teach a child from a teacher. Okay, and take the worksheets and make sure that at least that little mathematical problem, 2 a 3 a 4, okay, the parent should be able to give it to the child. And the same thing in the linguistical. The most important skill by education system which needs to be developed when they are below second grade, that is nursery till second grade, is analytical skill and the linguistical skill. So in these two skills, analytical and a linguistical skill, it cannot be postponed. I cannot postpone the analytical skill. I cannot postpone the linguistical skill. So meaning to say, the mother or a father or an uncle or an aunt, even if they can make 1, a 2, a 3, a 4 children come together and make them like sit together and make sure that this skill is learned. This worksheet is being given to the child to work out that mathematical problem, addition, subtraction, whatever. Okay. Or if the child can learn how do I spell this phonics in English, whatever their mother tongue. Okay. So if they can learn in that, there is at least the child will be ready to move to the next grade when the pandemic is definitely going to end, probably by saying another 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, whatever. Okay.
Whatever it is, so, definitely it will end one day. Yes.
Yeah. So at least the child is ready by that time to face the next challenge. If I learn additions, I can learn subtractions. If I learned addition and subtraction, I can learn multiplication. But if I have not learned addition, and if I'm supposed to learn multiplication at the age of like say when I'm going to the second grade or third grade, it becomes a challenge for a teacher to work on this child who has just played at home and not learned anything. So in this case, it is a responsibility. Government also should come up with a solution, saying that okay, fine. So we online, first thing is my suggestion is online is a solution. Online is a way forward. That's the first solution. Second solution is if they are not able to come, all the state government, central government, and all the companies, say different telephonic operators, Wi-Fi operators. If they're not able to come together, government should be able to come up with the norm saying that, okay, this is the future, this is where we will do. Okay. So government should take up the responsibility because at the end of the day, everybody has their own stakes. But government is the mother of all solutions.
We different people will be having different solution, different suggestion, different opinion. But yes, they are the mother of the solution. Exactly. You said, absolutely right.
They need to take the lead. They need to take the lead. They need to be the facilitators. We can do our bit of the work, but they need to take the steps forward.
That's true. This was about the pandemic and our children in future. What you are doing during the pandemic? How you have spent your time?
Read some books. Understood few things. watched some beautiful documentaries, watched some beautiful movies. So been occupied with a lot of things. So see, empty mind is a devil's workshop. It's better to give its due respect to the mind.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
COVID has a bad effect in our society everywhere. It is not good for us. It is a pain. It is a tough time for us. But yes, somehow you are also agree that when COVID will leave, COVID will teach us some wonderful things in our life.
Yes. So this is like, see, we were thinking it's a myth, which when the Hollywood people created a movie on such kind of a situation where one virus can disturb the entire world and somebody will come and give a solution to it. We laughed at it.
Yes.
But now it has become a reality. So what we need to have is there may be situations in future which may come and disturb the entire world. So it's better that we need to take precautions, and we need to be ready that in all scenarios, and we face these scenarios with much more sensibilities and human approach.
It was really wonderful talking to you, and I am privileged to have you with me.
Thank you.
This is Preeti from the Preeti Bhuyan Talk Show with Radioactive 90.4 MHz. If you have any suggestion or want to share your own incredible story, you can reach us out on Facebook, Insta, Twitter and YouTube. Until next time, this is Preeti. Keep listening, keep loving, keep inspiring.
Radioactive 90.4 MHz, Bangalore's first community radio station. Listen up, listen up, listen up. Get active.